Hello and welcome everyone, my name is Drewlik and we are doing PvP. Today I'm showing you a very cool game. It's one of these, high school kind of guys where you were too afraid to talk to them because they were just so cool. That is what this game is. It's literally that cool. Also I think you're not going to, have the same opinion on this game and I'm just, talking a bunch of crap and you don't appreciate the game the same way I do, but I very much like it. It's a very sexy game, it's a very cool game. I am playing the Engineer Sniper right now, and I'm not going to use my usual commentating style. I'm just going to let the gameplay speak for itself a bit. So I'm going to gloss over what I'm going to do, but most generally I really want to highlight this exemplary gameplay. It is very cool. Have I said that it is very cool? It is very cool. So I just liked it. Also, I am pre-made with my French Marauder-Fairy junks right there. A very good player. She does a ton of damage with her nice Marauder. And yeah, just an overall good player and very much fun was had in this game. Of course, at the very beginning, not as much as in the later stages, but we're going to get to that in a bit. So, right now what I did was I dealt quite a nice amount of damage. Also at this point, very nice shout out to the Angry Sniper, who gave me good tips regarding the spec. He was absolutely right and spot on about the assessment that you should use your energy blast or whatever that thing has got, the EMP discharge. You should use that for damage as well. It's not so much for the stun, it deals a ton of damage as you could see right here, just blowing people up. But I'm not really letting this gameplay speak for itself, am I? I'm just talking all the time. So let's just dwell into what is happening. Got a bomb, that's always nice. Marauders over here. Does take a lot of damage and dies. Now the thing is, 11k. I do deal 11k with the explosive probe, and I very much like the explosive probe for that reason. It's the only of the three specs that has got this very high burst instantly. The ambush of course does more damage, it does around 16k, but it has to be cast, whereas this is instant. So this sniper tried to disable me right here, but I disable him right back with a nice 10k. That's how you disable people. Finishing off the Marauder of course, once more. This is a basic clean him up type thing, and now I'm seeing my little Junks Marauder in trouble, so I get back here. And I'm kind of confused. But this is the sorcerer in question. He of course is a healer, so no big thing to be had. Do root him right there, and this is the root that constitutes his death, because look at the burst. We did kill him right there with a nice Annihilation Engineer Sniper combination. It's a lot of damage. I just changed my interface back to the nice PvP loadout that I usually have, with the debuffs a bit smaller, because I don't need them. I don't need to decurse anything in PvP unless I'm playing arena, and then I'm relying on my player feedback and not so much on the debuffs. But that is another thing. So here we are on the bridge, and they are trying to kick us down. The entrench, of course, mitigates that potential threat, but my Marauder-Fairy wasn't as lucky. She got kicked down. Very sad. Now over here, got the operative, and I'm of course trying to deal damage to him, because why shouldn't I? I should probably wreck him right here, which is what I'm trying to do. Big damage comes in, energy blast comes in, and he does drop quite low and does die with the nice execute for 5k non-critical. It sucks to be you, it really does. So the sniper here, he's also engineer, but yeah, he's not Drewlik, so he just dies, because it's not enough just to be an engineer sniper, you also have to be Drewlik, because otherwise you get critted for 11k. So yeah. Basically I just said that you can't play the spec, and that it's exclusive to me. Deal with it. Thug life. So, here I'm getting focused, so I just run behind here so that the sabotage charges, or whatever that thing is called on Imperial side, don't get don't get activated. As ideal, a nice combination of damage, as once more we of course tapped this door as well. We're doing quite alright in this game, and now from my perspective speaking, you're not seeing too much of all of the door tapping, you rather see me playing engineer, which is of course very interesting, and you should probably thumbs up this video for that, because that's all you want to see. You just want to see me playing the engineer sniper and not finding an invis I presume to be there, because I thought he wanted to grab that health relic, but he didn't. So that's me. Now I look terrible. So here, of course, is a resolver's fall. So not much to be had right here. They do deal a nice amount of damage here, and he does drop quite low. But I don't really have any means of keeping him there. That's kind of bad, you know, with the new resolve system and stuff like that. You can't really force people to stay in the same spot. And now he has his fourth barrier ready again, and he does survive. So for a short period of time I think about going over here and you know, maybe tapping that thing, but then I was like, you know, he will probably interrupt me anyway, so probably just kill him first, and then all of the tapping should commence. So big damage once more coming in. Oh my god, so much damage. I like it. I like it a lot. Also, it's not very mitigatable. Like, of course, if you know the spec, if you can identify the explosive probe, then you can of course mitigate a lot of the potential damage coming in there. But, you know, if you're not as perceptive and not seeing it, or if, you know, for some reason I just burst you without the explosive probe, you still get fucked. So I like the spec. You can see a nice robe in here. Did use one of that. Of course, only two of the 5 charges now detonate on any given player, as this guy just exploded out of existence. But it still does decent amounts of damage, so robing, of course, still works, so that's always nice. Now, I did pressure the sniper from going down there, you know, because it's not fair. It's not fair that my melee friends don't get to attack you while you're up there, so I just had to force him down there with all of my AoE spells, because either, you know, he takes the AoE and is up there, or he just moves down there. So as the door gets tapped, I kick him right there so that the door can get tapped. So this is the last bomb. Very convincing round overall. Did actually manage here to get to the very end, of course in the full time limit, but why not? It worked, so that always is nice. So once more doing this exact same thing, because that sniper once more tries, you know, his luck up there, but yeah, of course. Everything gets reduced off of him, and he just, terrible amounts of damage into him, and literally saved by the bell once more, because, believe me, he would have died. He would have died very fast, because there was nothing to be had for him. So as I quite correctly assessed right here, it was some major burst in there. Yes, that is absolutely true. And I of course had to once more confirm that with my nice pre-made marauding thing. No, not marauding thing, with the Drewlik, of course. And we of course very much enjoyed killing all of these people in this very exaggerated fashion, which is just absolutely hammering their skull into the ground with everything we have. Always very fun. Always very fun when that happens. Also, I sound a bit like a psychopath when I put it that way, but you know, if you have done it yourself, then you of course will see the merit in it. So this is a very interesting situation, because this is something I very much have missed. You know, on my sniper, haven't very much played him, and just absolutely, I don't know, I have no words for it. Just absolutely mind-bogglingly, devastatingly crushing a melee, in this case a marauder, who just can't do anything against you, and he just cries and cries his delicious melee tears. That somehow, in my perverted mind, gets me going. You know, that is something which I hold so dearly in my memories, which I did on level 55, and I haven't done it too much on my sniper on level 60, so very glad about the return of all of that, as I'm tanking the probe right there with my entrench. You know, I've got the 60% less AoE damage, so I was more than happy to stand in there. Sorcerer gets over here, gets the health relic. I do break it, and now the nice setup combo comes in. So right here, I was just about to kill him, and he does bubble, rightly so, of course, because there was a lot of damage follow-up, that would have been possible. The explosive probe would, of course, detonated, and the roll-bang would have once more happened. So right here, I am moving over here. Of course, I do roll disrespectfully, disrespectingly. I do roll through them once more, as I'm using the accuracy reduction. It's very nice to force these snipers out of their cover. As I do a very big mistake here, I did think I had the entrench active, because had I had the entrench active, I would have been able to mitigate some of this damage, but yeah, for some reason it didn't happen. So I blame the server lag. I definitely pressed that button. It's not possible at all that I haven't pressed this button. It has never happened before that I have not pressed any button. It has to be server lag. So excuse me for that. I can't fix the BioWare servers here. So that, of course, was their fault entirely. So in my mind, of course, I did want to use entrench, so that it wasn't conceptually flawed. It was just flawed in the execution, either server side or my own mishaps on the keyboard. So we are getting over here, and once more I'm just trying to find some targets, and this guy immediately vanishes as I'm just finding a nice guy to crit, which is instantly a juggernaut, but I don't discriminate, so I will burst everybody I can find, so no problem. So this guy rolls over here and avoids my probe, which is always very discouraging. So he does use all of his stuff right there, and then once more reduce the accuracy, and he just gets annihilated in the truest sense of the word, because that is an annihilation marauder. So there definitely was an annihilate in there somewhere, so he did literally get annihilated. So we got that. Once more kill that guy with a nice roll-bang combination in there somewhere. Always very entertaining when that happens. Also, in retrospect, I don't think I have at all let this gameplay do the talking, because I was doing a lot of talking myself. Well, that's why you subscribe to the channel anyway, and if you don't, then, I don't know, unsub now. If you hate me. Do you really hate me? Do you want to hurt my feelings? Why am I talking about this crap? Look at that, sorcerer getting bursted, isn't that nice? So much nicer. So, you see that, and he just dies. It's so funny. So, the operative here just gets the blind that he does break. Don't ask me why he would break a blind, but he does. And he just gets hard stunned after that, and even though the second healer is right next to him, he just gets completely wrecked. He just got... I don't want to use profanity here. I mean, I have used a lot of profanity in the past, and even in this game, but I don't want to use profanity here. But tell me, he got the F-worded, he just got that. It was very funny. Nice EMP discharge does the rest. I always like to finish off my girls with discharge. I did not say that, I'm sorry. So I always like to kill the healers, with the nice EMP discharge. As I said once more, thank you for Angry Sniper for helping me learn this basic fact of life, that you just have to use that for damage, because it is quite an amount of damage. As I was very happy that in the previous situation we killed 4 healers back to back, which is incredibly fun. A fun thing to have with my nice little Marauder-Fairy. Just going on there, our burst coincides very well, and yeah, it's just nice. So do blind this guy over here, just completely shit on everyone else here. And my Marauder-Fairy is in deep trouble, but she uses her invis and gets away. Very nice, so that worked out. So Orbital Strike, nice AoE setup, and they all get kicked out. So right after the AoE was finished right there, they just say no to me. That's so sad when that happens. So do break that and reduce the accuracy. Do disrespectingly once more roll over him. I don't know what it is about the roll, but I just think it's so incredibly funny. Just rolling over somebody is like the pinnacle of disrespect. It's like, I don't even care about you. I'm just gonna roll right over your face and you're gonna die. You're gonna die like a little... I wanted to use once more profanity there, but I'm not. So, yeah. So that was a very interesting situation in which we did a nice little circus parade roll. I rode on him to his position, he rode from his position away, so it was a nice little love triangle if there had been another sniper rolling to my position, so that would have been nice, but that didn't happen, unfortunately. I should make these kinds of things happen, you know. Wouldn't that be nice if a third sniper, you know, would roll in? You know, you get the picture. You get the picture. So this is the last minute of this very game. So not much is going to happen, of course. Why should much happen after this? This is, after all, the ending of the game, so a bit more damage should happen here. But they're not going to, you know, I mean, I know it's a spoiler, but they're not going to tap another 3 doors here, so yeah, that kind of goes without saying. So this is kind of unfortunate, because as I do kick him away right here, and I wanted to use the explosive probe on him, he uses evasion, so he does mitigate 75% of all of that damage. So he gets over here, tries to kick me, but once more does die, because even though you did mitigate the damage of the explosive probe, these scatter bombs still come and get you. Not scatter bombs, I don't know what they're called, but yeah. So at the very end here, I'm just trying to survive and mitigate some more damage, because I don't want to die. I mean, it has no bearing on the game, but it just would look terrible for the video, so just trying to survive, and I die, and it looks terrible for the video. Well, that happens. So anyway, it was a very nice game, of course, very cool. I hope you found it cool too. As the end screen here pops up, you can see me dealing 1.3 million damage, and my nice little Marauder-Fairy dealing 1.2 million damage. So a very high game, and very well played. My name is Drewlik, you've been watching PvP, and as always, have a good one. Also 70 cannon blows, yay!